Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Prepared for radio in 13 episodes by Brian Sibley. With Ian Holm, Michael Hordern, Robert Stevens, Peter Woodthorpe and Jack May. Episode 7, adapted by Brian Sibley and Michael Bakewell, The King of the Golden Hall.
Aren't the Ents ever going to make up their minds? They've been talking for 3 days now.
I have an odd feeling about them, Pippin. I don't think they are quite as safe as they seem.
And I don't think they like being roused.
I wonder what that meant. It sounded as if they'd decided something.
Yes, but what?
Come with a boom. Here we come at last. Come, Merry, come, Pippin, join the moot. We're off.
Where, Treebeard?
To reckon with Saruman at Isengard.
The Ents made up their minds rather quickly after all, didn't they?
Quickly? Yes, indeed. Quicker than I expected, Pippin. Indeed, I've not seen them roused like this for many an age.
What will you do to Isengard?
If we are not hewn down or destroyed by fire or blasts of sorcery, we will split Isengard into splinters and crack its walls to rubble. Of course, it is likely enough that we are going to our doom. The last march of the Ents. But if we stayed at home and did nothing, doom would find us anyway, sooner or later. That is why we are marching now. It was not a hasty resolve. But now, at least, the last march of the Ents may be worth the song. Come to Isengard.
To Isengard!
As the Ents marched towards Isengard, Gandalf, Aragorn, Gimli and Legolas rode across the plains of Rohan. For hours they rode, through dusk and night and on again until the dawn. They came then to the wide windswept walls and the golden halls of Edoras.
Stay, strangers here unknown. It is the will of Theoden King that none should enter his gates save those who are our friends.
Who speaks of Theoden's will?
I am the door ward of Theoden. Harmer is my name.
Well, Harmer, I am in haste, for I am Gandalf. I have returned. And behold, I bring back a horse, Shadowfax the Great, whom no other hand can tame. And here beside me is Aragorn, son of Arathorn, the heir of the kings of Gondor. Here also are Legolas the elf and Gimli the dwarf, our comrades. Go now, and say to your master that we are at his gates, and would have speech with him.
Strange names you give indeed, but I will report them, and learn my master's will.
After some time, Harmer returned and bade the travellers follow him. The dark gates were swung open, and entering, they were led to the doors of Theoden's hall.
Here I must bid you lay aside your weapons.
I'll keep this knife and this bow and quiver well, for they come from the Golden Wood, and the Lady of Lothlorien gave them to me.
No man will touch them, I promise you.
I am less willing than friend Legolas here to put aside my weapon, for it is the sword Andúril, and I am Aragorn, son of Arathorn.
This is the house of Theoden, not of Aragorn. Lay your sword here if you would not fight alone against all the men in Edoras.
Not alone. The axe of Gimli says Aragorn would not fight alone.
Come, we are friends here, or should be. For The laughter of Mordor will be our only reward if we quarrel. My errand is pressing. Here, at least, is my sword, good man Harmer. Now let me pass. Come, Aragorn.
Very well. Here is Anduril, and here I set it.
Well, if it has Anduril to keep it company, my axe may rest here too, without shame.
There remains only your staff, Master Gandalf. Forgive me, but that too must be left at the doors.
Foolishness. Prudence is one thing, but discourtesy is another. I am old. If I may not lean on my stick as I go, then I will sit out here until it pleases Theoden to hobble out himself to speak to me.
The staff in the hand of a wizard may be more than a prop for age. Yet I believe you are friends and folk worthy of honor. You may go in.
Hail, Theoden, son of Thengel.
Gandalf.
Greetings, Lady Eowyn.
Sir?
I have returned, Theoden. For behold, the storm comes, and now all friends should gather together, lest each singly be destroyed.
I greet you, and maybe you look for welcome. But truth to tell, your welcome is doubtful here, Master Gandalf. You have ever been a herald of woe. Troubles follow you like crows.
You speak justly, Lord. Send the wandering wizard hence.
Theoden, King, does this man still make the decisions which others believe to be the will of Theoden?
Grima is our counselor, and we will hear his counsel.
My lord, it is not 5 days since the bitter tidings came that Theodred your son had been slain. Eomer has proved unworthy of your trust. And even now we learn that the Dark Lord is stirring in the east. Such is the hour in which this wanderer chooses to return. Why indeed should we welcome you, Master Stormcrow? Ill news is an ill guest, they say.
In 2 ways a man may come with evil tidings, Grima Wormtongue. He may be a worker of evil, or he may be such as leaves well alone and comes only to bring aid in time of need.
What aid have you ever brought, Stormcrow? And what aid do you bring now? It was aid from us that you sought last time you were here. And in your insolence you took Shadowfax. But that, my lord, was sorely grieved.
It is as Grima says, Gandalf.
I return Shadowfax to you now, King Theoden.
Do you also bring men with you? And swords and spears? That I would call aid, for that is our present need. But who are these that follow at your tail? 3 ragged wanderers in grey, and you yourself, the most beggar-like of the 4.
Have the wise speak only of what they know, Grima, son of Galmod. A witless worm have you become. Therefore be silent and keep your forked tongue behind your teeth. I have not passed through fire and death to bandy crooked words with a serving man till the lightning falls.
Did I not counsel you, Lord, to forbid his staff? See now how he works enchantment with its aid.
Now, Theoden, son of Thengel, will you hearken to me? Not all is dark. Take courage, Lord of the Mark. For better help you will not find. No counsel have I to give those that despair. Yet counsel I could give and words I could speak to you. Will you hear them? They are not for all ears. I bid you come out before your doors and look abroad. Too long have you sat in shadows and trusted to twisted tales and crooked promptings.
Sit no longer!
My lord!
Leave him a while with me, lady. I will care for him.
Go, Eowyn, sister-daughter. The time for fear is past.
My lord, beware this trickery.
Silence, worm-tongue! Open the doors! The Lord of the Mark comes forth! Now, Lord, Look out upon your land. Breathe the free air again.
It is not so dark here.
No, nor does age lie so heavily on your shoulders as some would have you think. Cast away your stick. You have no need of any prop.
Dark have been my dreams of late, but I feel as one new awakened. I would now that you would come before, Gandalf, for I fear that already you have come too late. What is to be done?
Send first for Eomer. Do I not guess rightly that you hold him prisoner? By counsel of Grima Worm-tongue?
It is true. He had rebelled against my commands and threatened death to Grima in my hall.
A man may love you and yet not love Worm-tongue or his counsels.
That may be. I will do as you ask. Call Hama to me.
You look east to Mordor, Theoden. Think you perhaps that way lies our despair?
Indeed, Gandalf. I do greatly fear it.
Verily it is so. But that way also lies our hope, though our doom hangs still upon a thread, and it is, I fear, the very merest thread.
And so it was. For Frodo and Sam were being led towards the land of shadow by a dangerous guide.
We must have some food, Sam.
It certainly makes you hungry, all this walking.
Are you hungry, Gollum? We have very little to share, but we will spare you what we can.
Yes, we are famishes and precious, yes. What is it? What is it? Hobbits eats it. Oh, have they got nice fishes?
No, we have no fish, only these wafers.
Oh. Is it crunchable? Is it tasty?
Here you are, Gollum.
Smeagol doesn't like the smell. Dust and ashes, he can't eat that. Nasty elves is food. He must starve. Poor Smeagol must go. But Smeagol doesn't mind. Smeagol has promised he can't eat Hobbits' food. He will starve. Poor thin Smeagol.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think this food would do you good if only you would try, but perhaps you can't even try. Not yet, anyway.
Look here, Mr. Frodo. We both need sleep, but one of us must keep awake with that hungry villain nigh. Promise or no promise. So you get some sleep, and I'll call you when I can't keep my eyelids propped up.
Perhaps you're right, Sam.
You numbskull, Sam Gamgee. A lot of help you are dozing off when you said you'd keep awake. Gollum. Now, where's he gone?
Not far.
Here, what are you doing?
Smeagol is hungry. Be back soon.
Come back now! Hey, come back!
Is there anything wrong, Sam? What's the time?
Oh, I don't know. It's after sundown, I reckon. And Gollum's gone off. Says he's hungry. Poor wretch. But I shouldn't have dropped off.
Oh, don't worry. There's no help for it. We're neither of us throttled, and he'll come back. You'll see. The promise will hold a while yet. And he won't leave his precious anyway.
About the food, Mr. Frodo. Well, how long's it going to take to do this job? And when it's done, what are we going to do then?
Samwise Gamgee, my dear hobbit. Indeed, Sam, my dearest hobbit. Friend of friends. I do not think we need give thought to that. What hope is there that we ever shall do the job, as you put it? And if we do, who knows what will come of that? I mean, if the One Ring goes into the fire and we're at hand, I ask you, Sam, are we ever likely to need bread again? I think not. No, if we can nurse our limbs to bring us to Mount Doom, that is all we can do.
Yes, that is all we can do. Now, where is that dratted creature?
Is it talking about us, precious? What a nice, friendly hobbit it is to poor Smeagol.
I wonder what he found to eat. Worms or beetles or something slimy out of holes, I dare say.
Better now. Are we rested? Nice hobbits ready to go on?
Yes, Smeagol, but which way do we go?
There are many ways, but they all lead straight to him. But Smeagol knows another way. Don't we?
Which way?
Through the marshes, through the mists, nice thick mists. More difficult, not so quick, but better if we don't want him to see. Trust Smeagol, trust him, and you may go a long way, quite a long way before he catches you. Yes, perhaps. Follow Smeagol.
What's all this, Gollum? What are these lights?
Yes, lights this is.
Oh, they're all round us now.
Yes, they are all round us. The tricksy lights. Candles of corpses. Yes. Don't you heed them? Don't look. Don't follow them. Where's Master?
Huh? Mr. Frodo. Mr. Frodo! Mr. Frodo, don't look at them. Gollum says we mustn't. Let's keep up with him and get out of this cursed place as quick as we can. If we can.
All right, Sam. I'm coming.
What is it, Mr. Frodo? What did you see?
Dead things, dead faces in the water. Dead faces.
The dead marshes. Yes, that's the name. You shouldn't look in when the candles are lit, silly master.
Who are they? What are they?
Don't know. They lie in all the pools. Pale faces. Deep under the dark water. Saw them. Grim faces. And evil. And noble faces. And sad. Many faces proud and fair, with weeds in their silver hair, but all foul, all rotting, all dead.
Yes. All dead. All rotten. Elves and men and orcs is the dead marshes. There was a great battle long ago, yes. So they told him when Smeagol was young. When I was young, before the precious came. It was a great battle. They fought on the plain for days and months at the Black Gates. But the marshes have grown since then. Swallowed up the graves. Always creeping.
But that is an age and more ago. The dead can't really be there.
Who knows? Smeagol doesn't know. You cannot reach them. You cannot touch them. We tried once, yes, precious, I tried once.
Why?
Hobbits ask too many questions.
I don't want to see them again. Never again. Can't we get on? Get away?
Yes. But slowly. Very slowly. Very carefully. The hobbits go down to join the dead ones and light little candles. Follow Smeagol. Don't look at the lights, sis. Follow Smeagol.
Our doom hangs still upon a thread, and it is, I fear, the merest thread. Yet hope there is still, King Theoden, if we can but stand unconquered for a little while.
Alas, Gandalf, that these evil days should be mine and should come in my old age instead of that peace which I have earned.
You would remember your old strength better if you grasped a sword hilt again.
Take this, dear lord. It was ever at your service.
How comes it that Eomer, charged as he is with being unworthy to bear arms for the land of Rohan, should now stand before us with a drawn sword in his hand?
It is my doing, Lord.
Yours, Homer!
Will you not take the sword?
Yes, Gandalf, I will take it. Arise now! Arise, riders of Theoden! Dire deeds awake! Dark is it eastward! Let horse be bridled, horn be sounded. Forth they all in guards.
Commanders! Estu Theoden high!
It is a joy to us to see you return into your own. Never again shall it be said, Gandalf, that you come only with grief.
Take back your sword, Eomer, sister son. Go, Hamar, and seek my own sword. Grima has it in his keeping. Bring him to me also.
My lord?
Now, Gandalf, you said that you had counsel to give, if I would hear it. What is your counsel?
To cast aside regret and fear, to do the deed at hand. Every man that can ride should be sent west at once. We must first destroy the threat of Saruman and the black spawn of Isengard while we have time. If we fail, we fall. If we succeed, then we will face the next task.
This counsel seems good to me now.
When we are gone, Theoden, lead the women, the children, and the old swiftly to the hold of Dunharrow in the hills.
Nay, Gandalf, you do not know your own skill in healing. It shall not be so. I myself will go to war, to fall in the front of battle if it must be. Thus shall I sleep better.
My lord, I bring Grima the Worm-tongue before you as I was bid to do. Also, your ancient blade, Herogrim. It was found in his room.
Your master himself gave it into my keeping.
And he requires it of you again. The host rides today. Send heralds forth.
And when the men of Rohan ride forth, Aragorn, son of Arathorn, rides with them.
And so too, my lord, will Legolas.
And Gimli, son of Glowing. Together we ride, axe, bow, and sword.
Dear lord, it is as I feared. This wizard has bewitched you. And none to be left to defend the golden hall of your fathers, and all your treasure, none to guard the Lord of the Mark.
If this is bewitchment, it seems to me more wholesome than your whisperings. No, not one shall be left, not even Grima. Grima shall ride too.
Have pity on one worn out in your service. Send me not from your side. I at least will stand by you when all others have gone.
You have my pity. I do not send you from my side. I go myself to war with my men. I bid you come with me and prove your faith.
I see. I have come too late. Others whom the death of my lord would grieve less have persuaded him. If I cannot undo their work, then hear me at least in this, Lord. One who knows your mind and honors your commands should be left in Edoras. Appoint a faithful steward. Let your counselor, Grima, keep all things till your return.
Down, snake! Down on your belly! How long is it since Saruman bought you? What was the promised price? Perhaps I should tell you. Was it not that when all was finished, you should have the Lady Éowyn?
I should have forgotten the law of the hall and slain him before he should have touched my sister.
Éowyn is safe now, Éomer. But you, Worm-tongue, you have done what you could for your true master, Saruman. Some reward you have earned, at least. Yet Saruman is apt to overlook his bargains. I should advise you to go quickly and remind him.
He lies, my lord. There's no truth in what he says.
I do not lie. See, Theoden, here is a snake. With safety you cannot take it with you, nor can you leave it behind. Give him a horse and let him go at once, wherever he chooses. By his choice you shall judge him.
Do you hear this, Worm-tongue? This is your choice. To ride with me to war and let us see in battle whether you are true, or to go now whether you will. But then, if ever we meet again, I shall not be merciful. After him! See that he does no harm to any, but do not hurt him or hinder him. Give him a horse if he wishes it.
And if any will bear him.
Now, Gandalf, I would give you a gift ere we go, in gratitude for all I owe to you.
I will choose a gift, Lord, that will fit my need, swift and sure. Give me Shadowfax. He was only lent before. But now I shall ride him into great hazard, setting silver against black.
You choose well, and I give him now gladly.
Fathu Theoden Hal, receive now this cup and drink in happy hour. Health be with thee at thy going and coming. Hail, Aragorn, son of Arathorn. Will you now drink from this cup?
Hail, Lady of Rohan. Gladly will I drink from the cup of Theoden.
And now, behold, I go forth, and it seems likely to be my last riding. Before we ride, I name now Eomer, my sister's son, to be my heir. But to someone I must entrust my people. Which of you will lead my people to the safety of Dunharrow? Is there none whom you would name? In whom do my people trust?
In the house of Eorl.
But Eomer I cannot spare.
I said not Eomer, there is Eowyn, his sister. She is fearless and high-hearted, and all love her. Let her be as a lord to your people while we are gone.
It shall be so. Farewell, sister, daughter.
A year shall I endure for every day that passes until you return.
To horse, then! To horse!
Gimli, Glowin's son, will you ride with me?
Gladly, Eomer, if Legolas may ride beside us.
It shall be so. Legolas upon my left and Aragorn upon my right, and none will dare to stand before us.
Nor shall they, Eomer!
Here now I name my guest, Gandalf Greyheim, a lord of the Mark, a chieftain of the Orlingas while our kin shall last. And I give to him Shadowfax, prince of horses.
I thank you, Theoden King.
Behold, the White Rider!
Our king and the White Rider!
Forth, the Orlingas!
Careful! Hobbitses must be careful. They should use their hands as is more patient, then they wouldn't fall over.
3 precious little golems in a row we shall be if this goes on.
Come on we go. We're nearly at the end of the nasty marshes. Yes. Nice hobbits, brave hobbits. Very weary they are, of course, as us. So are we. Oh, my precious all of us. But we must take Master away from the wicked lights. Yes, we must.
What is it? Well, what's the need to sniff? The stink nearly knocks me down with my nose held. You stink, and Master stinks. The whole place stinks.
Yes, and Sam stinks. Poor Smeagol smells it. But good Smeagol bears it. Helps nice Master, but that's no matter. The air's moving. Change is coming.
What do you mean?
Smeagol wonders. He's not happy. Go.
What was that?
I don't know, Sam. But there is a wind at last. You feel it?
It's breaking the clouds up. Look, there's the moon.
Nasty white face. Nasty.
Mr. Frodo, look. What? There. It's coming from Mordor. It's got wings.
Get down. Both of you, get down. Wraiths is on wings. The precious is their master, they seize. Everything. Nothing can hide from them. Curse the white face. And they'll tell him everything. He sees, he knows. Gollum.
Well, I don't know what that was, but I'm thankful it's gone. Come on, Gollum. On your feet. It's time to be moving on.
Not while the white face is in the sky. No.
It was not until the moon had sunk that Gollum would get up or make a move. For 3 days they journeyed in darkness, cowering under black rocks by day like worms, lest the winged terror should pass and spy them with its cruel eyes. At last, on the 5th morning since they took the road with Gollum, they came to the desolation that lay before Mordor.
What a terrible place this is. It's like being in a nightmare.
Nasty, yes. Poisonous pools that gasp and bubble like little hobbitses. Slimy, oozy pits and hills of ashes. Not nice, no. But Master said, take me to the gate. And this is the only way.
I feel sick, with dust and foul fumes. Mr. Frodo, you look all in. Let's rest, try and get some sleep. We'll move on again when evening comes.